Hello, everyone. Hello, family.
Yes.
Welcome again to One Global Movement. And we are again in a new week. We're going to start it on a very fresh and powerful note, as always, because when we are dealing with our children are our most precious gift. We got
Mhm.
to do it in the best way possible, and the way that we were taught, the way that we know how to. And if there are corrections, we follow those corrections and keep moving ahead, because corrections have to be there, mistakes have to be there. This is how we train children. So thank you guys so much for being here. And as always, we thank the Almighty God. We
Yeah.
thank God for our CEO, because, as I always say, without our CEO, we will not be here. He has achieved what a lot of people or a lot of companies and organizations have not achieved, by bringing human resources together. Connecting human resources is the most powerful thing. You cannot talk about making money. You cannot talk about building your dreams. You cannot talk about educating your child or feeding your child without doing so in collaboration with other humans, especially those that have the same mindset, like mindedness. And so we always thank you. Gratitude is the thing that we give it to Him, and we pray that God should continue to lead, to guide, to protect, and to usher Him into the greatness, to realize the dream that He so dreamt for the world through the eyes of a young boy. This is very important. And even if he doesn't do anymore, this is more than enough. And that is why we are here today together. So thank you. Welcome to everyone. And be sure to always put the big thumbs up the moment you get here. Just like it and like it. And things are going well on my end, I must say, and thank God for there are a lot of people that are volunteering to help me in the garden, which is very good. And so I thank God for that. Otherwise, by myself, I wouldn't have been able to be doing what I am doing. And you guys are also here helping me, especially you two sister and the other sisters of our mothers group that are helping me behind the scene. Some of them are unable to come here, but they are doing a lot, because if you imagine, this is a revolution. This is the world, and we need people, we need hands and feet and hearts all over to really represent one global movement in the way that we are doing here. So, sister, thank you. And I love you all here. And we are in One Global Movement Revolution, part 346. And always powerful topics. Why? Because we love our children. Empowering youth leadership, building a world free from hunger and poverty. Empowering youth leadership, building a world free from hunger and poverty. Think about this, and please contribute, because we need everybody's contribution so that we can learn from one another and also give variety to our children. And as usual, you and I did not get here out of accident. We didn't just fall from nowhere. We came here because of the creator. And we always like, it's a lifestyle. It's the way that I was brought up. It's the way that all of us, most of us here, were brought up. And it's always a great thing to commit, submit, and ask the creator to lead and guide us in all we say and do, especially as we are called to serve children, women, and young people. So in your own way, let us do this together. Heavenly Creator of all nations, we come before you with hearts full of hope, united under the mission of One Global Movement to lift up and empower the youth of our world. We believe that within every young person lies the spark of leadership, the strength of compassion, and the vision to build a future that is free from hunger, poverty, and despair. Bless our youth, our young people, oh Lord, with the courage to rise above their circumstances, the wisdom to lead with justice and kindness, and the boldness to dream beyond the limits of today's world. Ignite in them the fire to serve, to speak truth, and to stand tall as champions of change in their communities and across nations. We ask that you break every chain of hopelessness and lack. Uproot the systems that feed hunger and sustain poverty, Lord. Replace them with gardens of knowledge, wells of opportunity, and tables of abundance where no child is turned away and no dream is too distant. Empower our young leaders with the strength to lift up others as they rise, the faith to believe even when the path is hard, the love to to speak, to really speak for those who are voiceless, those that stand alone, that don't have a family, those that have been told things that that you will never amount to anything, that you come from a poor family, that you're ugly, that you're not up to it. Lord, may our movement be not just a call, but a divine answer, a living testimony that when youth rise, the world is transformed. That when one child eats, the future is nourished. That when one young leader leads, generations follow towards light. We pray for unity, equity, innovation, and joy to flood every project that they think about, that they put their hat on, that they put their hands on, that they walk towards. Every program that they are studying or they just dream of, but they come from those programs that you build within them. Let them have that confidence. Even when somebody condemns it, they say, no, I was created to do this, that I was born for such a time as this, that I have greatness within me, that nothing, no human condemnation can surpass what the Creator has put within me, and that every passionate purpose birthed through this movement will prosperity in all aspects of our young people's life, not just in one aspect. Let one global movement be a mantle of hope upon this generation and the next generation, up to 1,000,000 generation, or until thy kingdom come. In your holy name, we declare we are building a world where no child goes to bed hungry, where no youth is forgotten, and where leadership blossoms from the soil of purpose to the skies of global transformation. These we commit into your hands, Lord. Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will give the stage to our beautiful sister. The stage is all you.
Thank you, sister. You know, I was just wanting to say that hunger is so important, or addressing hunger is so important. I was just reading in Matthew in the Bible, it says Jesus identified so much with hunger, especially to children. He said, when you give even a cup of cold water to a child, it's like you're giving it to him.
Mhm.
And he was God.
Yes.
So this is like you're feeding God. So this is how important it is for us to address these situations here where this is so, it's so ongoing. This
Mhm.
lack of food for children. What
Yep.
what are they supposed to think? I mean, why? What, they can't understand being hungry. Can a child really understand why the adults are not looking after them? They don't
No,
get it. So,
no.
anyways, this is our vision and mission here on One Global Movement, and we definitely know that we're on the right track. So, One Global Movement will support any organization, group, or individual that aligns with its own global vision and mission, which is as follows. The mission of One Global Movement is to empower young people, children, and women worldwide with a focus on the young women, providing them with the tools and sustainable solutions that will help them to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty, and to build generational wealth while living a life of leadership and purpose. We believe that every child deserves access to nutritious food, quality education, and opportunities to thrive, right? Through
Mhm.
global collaborative efforts, innovative programs, and community engagement programs, we strive to break the cycle of hunger, illiteracy, poverty, and to build a future where every child can build on their hopes and dreams while reaching their full potential. And so, together, through divine intervention, love, and clean, safe, and valuable technology, we can create a world where no child goes to bed hungry, no child is denied an education, and no child is limited to poverty or to any condition that is not of their own making. It is possible, it doesn't have to remain a dream. Our gratitude and tribute always goes to our CEO for bringing this world family together for the purpose of providing solutions to all sectors of the global economy, beginning with our children. We thank him and his well chosen building team, and we love you all and we wish you eventual success. And that is our vision and mission here on One Global Movement.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for listening. Thank
Welcome,
you.
Melanie. Melanie is here. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much.
much.
Welcome,
Thank
sister.
You guys look so beautiful. Is it so sunny
Welcome,
out
Sister
there?
Melanie. Yeah, I know
you.
she's really.
Dress so, what should I say?
She
Attractive
looks
or
refreshed. She's been on holidays.
both of you?
No,
Okay.
I'm not on holiday. I'm on a 2 days off. That's all.
Okay, that's a holiday.
Mm,
You guys, you look
mm.
beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
You do too with that fancy hat. Okay, all right. Let's get because I have lots of material here, so I mightn't get through all of it. But I'll just say this is the vision, right? The vision is to build a place, a world, a nation, a universe where there is no hunger for anybody, but especially our children. And so, empowering youth leadership and how the part that they're playing, building a world free from hunger and poverty. And so, I divided up into 5 sections, but I'm going to have to try to get to it quickly, sister. I have so much. But,
That's okay.
anyways,
Take your time. Yeah.
the vision, it says. I just thank everybody for being here. Imagine, if you will, a world where no child goes to bed hungry, as you just said, and as the mission statement says. A world where every family has the resources to thrive, where dignity is universal, and where the crushing weight of extreme poverty is simply a memory. Just think of that. Is this a dream? Perhaps, but it is a dream within our grasp. It is a future we can actively build, and the most crucial architects of that future are sitting in our schools, our communities, and our homes right now. They are our young people. And as you have heard dozens of times here on the platform, One Global Movement finds the fulfillment of this dream incredibly urgent and profoundly hopeful, empowering the next generation to lead the charge in eradicating hunger and poverty. We will explore the immense potential of the youth, the tangible actions that they can and are taking, and crucially, how we as a collective, as a community, can support their vital work and create the necessary pathways for their success. And that's the crucial part for us in One Global Movement. How we can support, come alongside, they call it, and make sure that we are lending our hands as well, because it always starts in our communities, in our homes, at the grassroots level. You can't try to do it from out there. It has to be where you are. And so the urgency and the unstoppable opportunity. Let's be frank. Despite incredible human ingenuity and progress, hunger and poverty persist. They persist, they persist. The numbers, though vast, represent individual lives, though, individual struggles. So don't look at statistics. People caught in the cycles of deprivation, lacking access to basic necessities, quality education, and healthcare. For young people in these situations, the impact is particularly devastating, limiting their potential, stifling their dreams, and perpetuating cycles that are desperately hard to break. And this is the urgency. But within this urgency lies an unstoppable opportunity. And why? Because youth are not just recipients of aid, they are inherent agents of change, right? They
Mm.
are inherent agents of change. And why are they the catalysts we need? First, their energy and idealism. Young people possess an innate passion for justice, a powerful desire for a better world, and an unburdened optimism that sees possibilities where others see only obstacles. And that is true. Second, their innovation and adaptability. They are digital natives. They just have caught up with this technology and they use it like nothing, right? They are problem solvers and they aren't afraid to challenge the status quo. They bring fresh perspectives and creative solutions that traditional approaches might miss. Third, their interconnectedness. They are the most globally connected generation in history, the youth of our time.
Yep.
They know how to approximate the technology and they can talk to people anywhere, anytime. Through technology, they can collaborate across borders. They share ideas and mobilize movements with unprecedented speed. And finally, their direct stake in the future. This is the world that they will inherit. So they're making it the way it should be in the first place. They have the most to gain from a world free of hunger and poverty, and therefore the greatest motivation to build it. And so the four pillars of youth empowerment are knowledge and opportunity, hand in hand. That's one. So how do we harness this incredible potential? At One Global Movement, we believe it lies in understanding and investing in four critical pillars of youth empowerment. And as you'll see, each pillar demands not just knowledge, but also the outlets and the opportunities for that knowledge to flourish. There's no point having the knowledge if you have no way to put it, right? The pillar one is empowering through education and skill building. That is always where it starts, education. The most fundamental pillar, knowledge, truly is power. But it's not just about traditional schooling. It's about equipping youth with relevant, applicable skills that directly address the root causes of poverty and hunger in their specific context, meaning their specific regions. What works for somewhere else won't work for somewhere else. You have to know what is needed, whatever area you're dealing with. In rural schools, in rural areas, this means knowledge of sustainable agriculture, agroecology, and water management, techniques that build resilience against climate change and ensure food security. But equally vital are outlets like access to land, microfinancing for seeds, and farmer cooperatives that allow them to apply these skills and access markets. That's in rural areas. In urban settings, it might be digital literacy, vocational skills, or entrepreneurship training. Knowing how to code, how to build a business plan, or how to market a product online. The opportunity is here is providing access to technology, to mentorship, and seed funding for their startups, or job placement services to connect them with employers. Without these practical outlets, education, no matter how good, risks becoming non-productive. It's about learning to do and then having the space to do it, right? That's the first pillar, education, always education and skills building. And it's not education through books, as we've always maintained. It's experiential. You have to go out there and do it, like Sister Mundih, digging in the dirt there. Pillar two, amplifying the voice and ensuring participation. We have to gather people to work with, right? Youth are not merely beneficiaries, they are active agents who must have a say in the decisions that shape their lives and their communities. This means creating genuine platforms for their voices to be heard, like ours, and acted upon, right? This knowledge involves understanding civic engagement, human rights, and advocacy. It's about knowing how local governance works, how to organize a community, and how to articulate their needs effectively to policymakers, like our little ambassadors, right, sister?
Right, right.
The opportunity is creating youth councils, ensuring their representation in community development meetings, funding youth-led advocacy groups, and at the end, I have quite a few of those, and truly listening to their innovative solutions for local problems. This empowers them to co-create solutions rather than just waiting for the solutions to be handed down to them. They want to be a part of it, right? And that pillar number three is fostering innovation and entrepreneurship. Many young people are natural innovators. I've seen so many things that they've made. It's just amazing the scraps that they can use to make things. They're bursting with ideas. We need to nurture this spirit by providing the resources and freedom for them to experiment and create. And what I'm thinking is no more when you hear your child is doing a project or a school product, don't just say, okay, go and find out what they're doing so how you can support it, right? Because it might be something
Yes.
life changing. Don't be distant from these things because they need your support hands on, not just not just a space, and not even just the money. They need your input, right? Where to find information, for instance. This knowledge involves design thinking, problem solving methodologies, and market analysis. It's about identifying a need in your community related to hunger or poverty, and then figuring out a sustainable way to address it. The opportunities are crucial here. Access to innovation hubs, mentors who can guide them through the entrepreneurial journey, and importantly, small grants or investment opportunities to turn their ideas into viable social enterprises. Think of youth led initiatives for food waste reduction or localized renewable energy solutions. And the last pillar, pillar four, is cultivating collaboration and global citizenship. Hunger and poverty are global challenges that demand global solutions. And youth, with their inherent interconnectedness, are perfectly positioned to build bridges across cultures and borders. This knowledge involves cross cultural communication, understanding global development goals, and recognizing shared humanity. It's about seeing how their local actions connect to broader global movements. The opportunities include facilitating international exchange programs, connecting with their peer networks across the globe, and supporting youth led campaigns that address global issues like climate change or sustainable food system. It fosters a sense of shared responsibility and collective power. Okay, sister, whoever,
Wow,
take.
I really love that. This is so, you brought it down to the basics and very practical things, ways that we can take it from here now. We start implementing it. And that's what we are
Exactly.
doing here in One Global Movement.
Exactly.
Maybe
Always.
things are going behind the scene that we don't even know, and more are going to keep coming. So I'll give the floor to our beautiful sister.
Go ahead, Sister Melanie. Good to see you.
Yes, always good to be on, and I'm happy I'm off to join without
Yes.
watching the time.
Don't rush
Yeah,
us here,
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good subject. Very good subject. Sister Yvonne, or
Yeah.
Yvonne, sorry.
Yvonne's.
Mundih,
Um,
call me
Yvonne's.
Mundih.
Sister
Doctor
Yvonne.
and sisters. Okay. Yeah, you know what? The initiative, we have to take as those who are leading, or those who wish to lead, or those who are already leading, is
Yes.
to yeah, to gain the attention of the youths, because again they need our help, right? They're relying on us just like a tree would rely on a prop when it's kind of
Yes.
bending, and then
Yes.
it straightens up. So we are there as the props for the children
Mhm.
or the young people. So I believe in hosting an awareness week,
Oh,
hunger awareness week, where we have the posters. I mean, we live in different regions, different vicinities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Different countries, but we can get together online. Thank
yes.
God for social media.
Oh,
And
thank
then,
you. That's a good idea.
yeah, exactly. And then we can have talks. I brought that before, and then we can have people in the government, the community. It doesn't have to be a whole mass of them. Maybe one or two speakers, right? Social
Yes.
worker,
Yes.
somebody. In Canada, we have MPs or MPPs. In the States, Sister Yvonne, help me, Dr. Yvonne.
Huh?
What do you call them? We have member of parliament here. In the States, they are called differently.
Yes, we have senators,
Right. So we
Yes.
can have one along if a social
That would
worker
be
come
nice.
on.
Oh, I will write to
Yeah.
them because I'm
And
communicating with some of
There
them.
you go. There you go.
yes. And then we can have some youths on. Those that are interested, invite as many. You
Hmm.
can use my Zoom. I have Zoom Pro,
Hmm.
which
Yes.
can hold 100. We don't need to have a whole mass of people. 100 people, 50 people is a lot, right?
Okay, that's
Yes.
nice.
Yes.
Including
Absolutely.
those who are in the audience, John and. and everybody else. Like, come on and think, be real. Let us be real. Let us think of how the world is suffering. It is suffering.
Mhm.
It's
Yes.
people, it's us, it's our children, right? And
Yes.
Yes.
even when you're working as a single parent or even as two people, it's hard to bring food, good food to the table.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
when we want to eat, we don't want to eat the junk or the icy stuff and call it food. I mean, we have no choice sometimes.
Mhm.
But for us to eat well, it has to be a well balanced thing, as they said. But where is it?
Yeah.
Because the money, the cost of living has gone so high. You can hardly see the good food when you go into the supermarket because when you touch it, it's either like plastic or it's leaky,
Mhm.
or in between, it's good.
Mhm.
I'm speaking from experience. I brought things into the fridge and the next day it's oozing already. I have to throw it out and there goes my $8 or whatever.
I
Mhm.
was telling
So
Sister that earlier on. It's true. Exactly.
yeah,
It is true what you're saying.
yeah.
I've experienced it a lot. That's why
Mm-hmm.
we are taking the time here in One Global Movement to do things organically, brick and mortar. Of course,
Yes,
with the aid of technology, we can do it better because
that's
you're
right.
thinking about children, you're thinking about humans, you're dealing with humans, even animals. You don't want to give anything to the animals because the animals are also there for a reason.
No, exactly.
Yes. And we share ideas, we can exchange ideas because sometimes we as people, sometimes we keep things to ourselves. We don't want the other one to know so they can have it better than we do. But if we collaboratively do things together and share our ideas, which is what we are doing already with you, Sister Yvonne,
Mhm.
Sister Yvonne and Yvonne and other people. I like to say that just for
I
tease.
know you do. I
Yeah.
know you do.
So you never know what we can achieve.
Yes.
Well, let me not say it that way. We can achieve big. That's what I should say.
Mhm.
Yes.
When hands are together, when heads are together, and when thinking is collaboratively together, we can achieve big,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
because it's
Yes.
one helping the other. It's helping hands together,
Yes.
hands on deck, actually. So, yeah, having that as like a hunger week, awareness week.
Mhm.
What am I saying? A hunger awareness week.
Awareness week.
That would
Yes.
be
Hunger
one
awareness
thing,
week.
right?
Yes, that's a good
And we can
idea.
print flyers and everything. We
It's a
distribute
good
it. We
idea.
go to
Yeah.
parking
Yeah.
lots.
Yeah,
We put it on people's cars. That is something
yeah,
that we can prepare for it and make it
It's
big time.
it's a very
yes.
good idea.
And
Absolutely.
also invite maybe an entrepreneur, they like money, they like you to pay them,
Hmm.
right? But they come on and they speak. But I know of one person that I dealt with. I used to think it was an AI person, but we laughed our heads off. And that person is a real person because they came on and they said they're there to help. But I mean, we'll pay them a little, right? Whatever we have.
Hmm.
Yes.
But
Yes.
it's a guy,
It's a
and
good.
he speaks very well. And it was a good opportunity to meet him, even if he will not do the whole works, but he can give ideas, right?
Of
Hmm.
Yeah.
course.
And I
So
can bring in the father that donated the piece of land for One Global Movement because
yes,
I'm talking with him. He can be one of the mentors here because he is very knowledgeable
Very
from
sharp.
experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those people with PhDs, that's nothing because
yeah,
these kind of people, this is gold hidden in our community. People don't pay attention just because
Ex-
he doesn't have the
Exactly.
certification. So
Exactly.
I will talk to him. He will be willing to come and talk because this father teaches me a lot still
Yes.
exactly.
as I'm gardening.
Exactly, exactly. And this is what we're saying about supporting the young people because they won't
Yes,
know they won't know everything. They're going to be looking for mentors, 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 as I said. But they're
Mhm.
going
yes,
to be wanting to be the front runners because they are the ones who are going to be inheriting the change, the positive changes that they're making. They want to see it happen. They don't want to wait anymore. Basically, is what I'm saying,
Mhm.
right? They want to go out there and do it, but they are going to need the input from people like Dr. Mundih and the person you're talking, people who know stuff from different areas, because
Mhm.
it's going to take a concerted amount of different areas working well to get this dream that has been put on hold for so long. Because
yes,
it's not going to be from the government. They're not going to say we're doing this. They
Mhm.
have their own agenda. It has to be, from the community.
right.
The
And
whole
Doctor,
Happy that
I'm saying Doctor,
you brought that
Eve,
hunger awareness campaign because there are so many campaigns that I've written, But at the time, and I'm glad that you brought that after
There are
that,
so many. Yes,
uh,
so
uh,
many.
literacy awareness campaign or illiteracy awareness campaign. Then we can
Yep.
also do poverty or building generational wealth awareness. We can do
They
those things because all of these three sectors they
they
come
all
together.
tie together. They come together. Yeah.
They tie together. So that is
Yeah.
a very wonderful idea.
Yeah.
It is. It
And
is. It is.
yeah. And sorry, Sister Yvonne, I didn't mean to cut you.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
okay. We
Yeah.
are
But
conversing. It's a
Yeah.
conversation.
right. Okay.
Exactly.
So and we are talking, but we are real people and we are doing the real things. I started, as I mentioned, I started sending seeds. I know they're expensive now because before I used to get Sister Yvonne, you can tell
Yes.
me.
Yes.
Buy a pack of seeds. Sometimes you get 4 packs for $2 or something. Now,
Yeah.
one pack of even less than the packet that used to be sold before is $3 and change and up.
Oh
So
yes. I got yes.
yeah. So I
Yep.
went to the store and I bought I think I mentioned that before. If I didn't, then I'm doing it now. So I went to Canadian Tire. I don't think you're in the States, Sister Dr.
We
Yvonne.
know
What's that? What's that?
Canadian
Canadian Tire
Tire.
is
I need to really come to Canada to visit you guys.
You don't
And
need to shop here. You
but
have
if
good
you
stuff.
guys start thinking about it, because if I want to
yeah.
visit, I should be able to go to a school to speak to children or to a university. I should be able to do that. You make arrangements, and you guys are in Canada, and let them know so that you're bringing somebody, because we are doing these things together, so that because you can actually submit something that they will pay you for coming to speak or bringing somebody from outside. So we can do that, or we speak for free. They don't need to pay us from the word go. We speak for free because we are educating and really helping young people to build. So I like to, every place that I want to go, if there's nothing there to do with children, young people, and women, there's really no need to go there. So you guys think about that.
So
True.
I
Yeah.
think social media is the best. It's cost effective.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to travel. I mean, we'll travel to see each other one day soon, but you don't have to travel to speak.
Uh-huh.
You don't have to haul a luggage, anything like that. It's free. We come on and then we just voice
Oh,
what.
later, not now,
No, that's
later.
what
Yeah.
I'm saying. We
Yes.
will travel later on, but
Yes, yes.
immediately.
Uh-huh.
And the other thing I was thinking is cubicle because I'm walking the road and sometimes I take little walks, not all the time, but when I do walk, I'm thinking there's so many stores that have food in the night. What do they do with their food that they, serve? Do they reserve it for the next day because it's supposed to be fresh, like cooked food, you know, or
Yes.
even veggies that they are taking off and replacing in fresh? Why can't
Mm-hmm.
we have, cubicles set up on the roadside? But these cubicles have to be monitored because you're thinking of people who will break and open, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and then you mark one GM, one global movement. We can put the full word. I mean, in time, right? When it comes. But these things can happen. You set up a cubicle near maybe a supermarket or near someone, but of course we have to do it with permission. And then in that cubicle, we get people to store whether it's seeds, whether it's packs of seeds or whatever it is, right? Tools for the garden, whatever they
Yeah.
buy. Because
Yeah.
sometimes you can go to
Supply.
the dollar store, you can get these little hand rakes and spades or
Yeah.
whatever you call them. And then we get one or two people after to distribute them to whoever really are in need of them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These are
So you're talking,
doable, you know?
you're
Yeah.
talking about supplies then, right?
No, yeah,
Supplies.
supplies, but in a cubicle, you
Yeah.
store them and then it
Yeah.
has a chain with an alarm on it,
I hear
a
you. I
padlock
hear
with
you.
an alarm. And
Yes.
one or two people can take care of it wherever we have it set up. And then when
Yep.
it's time,
Yep.
when we have enough to distribute, you can call the community, but we have to really check to see who really
Really,
needs it.
and who's going to
Yeah,
use it? Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
call.
Oh, that is so beautiful.
It is.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that idea because what I am doing now in Cameroon, the seeds, and in Rwanda, the seeds program, and in Liberia, the seeds program with tools, farm tools with micro grants. you have to rent a place. But now, if you can establish it on the street, it takes away that cost. Now you get the
Exactly.
inventory, you get the
Exactly.
people that really do need it. You already have it down, and
Yeah.
now then you organize a day. They just come and pick those things. So isn't that
Yeah.
beautiful?
Yes.
I
Anything
think
that
I would tell
minimizes.
my brother not to. We shouldn't be renting.
Yeah.
That is
It's
cost effective.
And we
anything that minimizes the cost is going to be
Mhm.
very, very
yeah.
effective. Yeah. Yeah.
And we consider it awareness, even if we have that 1 week on social media or 1 day on social media for the meeting, but then we can continue using it as awareness, hunger awareness week, or
Awareness. Yes.
whatever we want to name it, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
And
Absolutely. 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 There's no reason not to take it with any direction that you can find it. As I said, it's not going to happen from some government aid, because if it was going to happen, it would have happened already.
mm,
It's not happening. There have been so much money spent, and people coming in and giving instructions and giving whatever, and it's
yeah,
not going anywhere. It's just getting worse, because now we're meeting up on the soil depletion. We're meeting up on climate change, things like those. So
Mhm.
let
when
me just share. Oh, sorry.
go ahead,
No,
No,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
but you said,
No, it's a discussion. We shouldn't even.
no,
It
but
happens
I
here.
don't like to butt
Worry.
in.
That's
Okay,
fine.
so um, I have a sorry, my battery is going low. I have a little, the burners covers, the stove burner covers.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, I don't like those things. They're too tacky. So I use them now as plates. Plates to do things. What I did, I went to the dollar store and I bought a little set of, the starter kits for growing, right? For
Uh-huh.
germinating plants.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I bought a little bag of soil. Dollar store is pretty good for now. And
Uh-huh.
then I sow some seeds and they're germinating right by the window now. There's three
Uh-huh.
of them, three pots.
Uh-huh.
These are flowers. So I'm looking at them. I take pictures and I'm going to do the steps. So as they germinate now, they sprout. The next step is when they make bigger leaves. I'm going to make a collage. Yeah. And that's what I do. And then I replant it in a pot when it's time.
You're enjoying
So
your garden inside.
yeah, we can do outside garden. We can do inside. There's so many things we can do
Oh,
to
you use
help.
the burners? I didn't catch that part. You use the burners, the
The
plate,
the the
the plates.
the stove burners is a tray, kind of. So I
Yes, the
I
tray. Yes.
went to the dollar store and I bought the little black pots. The little tiny little pots you can start
Uh-huh.
Starters for the
sowing
plant.
seeds in.
Starters.
Yes, little starter plots
And then you
pot.
put it,
Sorry.
you put it inside that burner plate so that it doesn't mess up the plate.
Exactly. And then I
Oh,
put my soil. I
you
sow
see,
my
I was
seed.
throwing those things away. Oh my God.
I know. There you go. Something just came to my mind. I said, let me use them because they're sitting there and I don't like them. And they're
That
new.
is really, you are improvising, and we have a
Yeah,
lot of things around
she's
our
very creative
environment
with these
that we
things.
can
Yeah.
use because
Yeah.
our minds have been so programmed to look out there instead of
Yeah.
looking within
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
So that is
And
a
Exactly.
very great idea. I'm not
It
going to throw
is.
those, even though I don't use it
Absolutely.
now anymore, but I'm
And
going
it's,
to collect them. Those burners, I will collect them.
of course, because you can make the same
okay.
kind of thing that she, there you go. There's what she, there it
So
is
there
there.
it is.
Let
Okay.
me see.
So
Let me
these
see.
are the little pots.
Uh-huh.
You can see the
There's the
little,
tray. There's the
you
tray.
can see
Hold it
the
up.
sprouts, right?
Hold it up.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Hold the chicken
Yeah.
sprout.
There's the sprouts. You can see the little
No, let her
heads.
see the tray. Let
The
her see the
burner.
tray.
Let me see the
Oh, the
burner.
burner
There
there.
you go.
Yeah. And I just bought a pack of 12, I think, of
Yeah.
those, but I
Yeah. I
use
know.
three.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
one pack of seed has, look at all these sprouts.
I
There's three
know.
of them.
I know. I
So
know.
after a while, and it's just 1 week since
Yes.
I sowed it. And
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
There's no reason why we
I'm
can't
going
try
to
it.
collect them. I'm going
yeah,
to put a note
Of
out there
course.
to collect them.
Of course. They're so inexpensive, and they're going to
yeah,
save you a lot of cleaning up, because,
exactly.
why make more work when you can do it the way you're doing it?
And
And that's
and
very,
now that you're talking about that, oh my God, I'm thinking, why do I even have to buy those plant pots? When you put a note out there, they're gonna call you to come and pick some up.
Exactly.
there, there
Yeah,
you
and
go.
and you can actually decorate it even with tin foil, just if it's
yeah,
so eroded, because
Yep.
of too much use. You just decorate it with a tin foil and then you draw a hat.
Yes,
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
oh my God, that's beautiful.
yes.
So,
Okay,
but
what do you have to say about the topic, Sister
you
Mundih? Go
have great
ahead.
ideas. You have great ideas.
Yes, she does. Okay. What is your contribution to the topic, Sister Mundih? What are you?
Okay, yes, this is so beautiful, and
It is.
and I love what you guys have contributed so far. I don't think that I'm going to even contribute anything greater than what you guys have contributed, but
No,
I
but a different take.
so empowering youth leadership, building a world free from hunger and poverty, and empowering them because we are not always going to be here to provide for our children. No, and empowering them is to also teach them at the same time to be self-sufficient and dependent on their creator and themselves before even being dependent on another person,
Absolutely.
and empowering them is to also uh, teach them to understand that when you empower yourself, now you are helping the world from that point of giving instead of just receiving. This is very important because a lot of us, we want to take, take, take. We don't give, give, give. And we
Mm-hmm.
don't want our children to be in that position because we were born rich. We were born wealthy. We were born with greatness. Look at some of the ideas that just came here now.
Exactly.
I'm learning
Exactly.
too. I learned
Yeah.
I learned quite a lot from these
Yeah.
ideas. And this
Yeah.
is the way it should be, so that we normalize it, so that kids
Mm-hmm.
will know what can I do. First of all, what is my gift? Have I discovered my gift and my purpose? And if
True.
so, because we all have those gifts, and
We
if
do.
so, if I look around my home, what are the challenges that we are facing in my home that I can be able to use my gift and my knowledge to provide solutions? When you do that, now you look in your community, in your neighborhood, and then you do the same thing. And then now
Exactly.
you go to school, or you take a course, or you go to acquire skills with that gift in mind and with
Yes.
that problem in mind, solution oriented. Then you go and study. You don't
Yep.
just study. You
Yep.
see, my grandmother, I always say my grandmother because she taught me what a lot of people go to school now to
To
acquire
learn. To learn.
degrees for.
Yes. Yes.
My
Yep.
grandmother uh, uh, discovered what I liked, and I had to believe in my grandmother before I begin to believe in myself,
Right.
and
Right.
she nurtured me. And I had always wanted to be a divine journalist. I always say divine journalist, and speak to the people, but also taking action. And so they sent me to school to go and do something else because it was a high tuition to pay, and my mother and my grandmother, even the community, because they were scraping. But you know, being a fortunate to be in a country where you can always go and study those things, so I went back and did that. And so, don't go to school just because you want to go and acquire certification. No, don't do it. You would rather go to learn a skill, because that skill is still an education. That is still education.
It
Don't
is.
just go so
Absolutely.
that you say, hey, look at this.
No.
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 Education is a passport into the future, according
It
to Malcolm X, because you have discovered your gifts
is.
and the problems, the challenges that you are facing in your home, in your neighborhood, and in your community. And then you go
Absolutely.
to school to study that.
Yes.
Everything that I'm doing today, even going for more certification right now, is because I want to be able to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, and poverty beginning in my community. Not so much hunger with my family, but
In the
because of poverty, imposed poverty, because of imposed hunger, because
mm-hmm.
of imposed limited knowledge and ability so that you can build generational wealth. And
Yeah.
therefore, I took the oath before God and man that I will be the first in my bloodline to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, poverty, abuse, and all other challenges that are facing the world. And therefore, that's exactly what we are talking here. So we have to empower our youth, not from say, hey, look, this person did this, your friend did it. Why don't you go do it? No, not saying go be a lawyer just because you see other people's children being a lawyer because they are working. Not being, no, you empower their mind to say ownership. I have
Yeah.
to own a piece of land. I have to own a home. But if I own a home, let me have a little piece where I can do something. But now, with technology, everything can be improvised. Sister Melanie just showed us. You don't
Yes,
have
exactly.
you don't have space. There's always a way. I just discovered you talk about the tower where you can plant plants. I said,
Yes.
winter,
Yes.
that's what I'm going to be doing inside the
Exactly.
so in the heart of every child lies a seed of change,
Oh,
which you will
absolutely.
talk
Yes.
about. In
Yes.
the voice of every young person, and we
Yeah.
were young too, there is a vision for a better tomorrow.
Yes.
Always, unless it is killed by us,
Yes.
the parents, by the community, by the leaders, by religious or spiritual organizations, unless it is being killed. And we don't want that. And that's why we are here. And within every youth leader, there is a kind of power so strong that it can't be dismantled by
No.
circles of hunger and
Yeah.
poverty and build a more just society. We can do that.
We
And
can.
they can build a compassionate world and a sustainable world if
Yes.
we really serve these children the way that we were ordained and appointed to do. At One Global Movement, we believe this power is not only real, it is rising. It
It
is
is.
rising.
It
Look at the
is.
ideas, the million knowledge ideas given here today. And
Yep.
we because we look at them, oh no, we have to do that big thing there. No, we're doing this
No. Right
organically
here.
over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
missions understand that youth leadership is not as is not symbolic. It is strategic. It's
Yes.
Yes.
strategic
Absolutely.
because we have the God-given knowledge. When young people
Mm-hmm.
are equipped with purpose, when they know
Mm-hmm.
gifts, when they're equipped with education, and when we give them the mind space and time, the opportunity that they deserve, creating an educational environment from birth, putting those letters on the refrigerator and creating that room full of books and everything.
Yep.
Oh my God, they become unstoppable
They
forces
do.
for progress.
Absolutely.
Hunger and
Absolutely.
poverty, not simply the result of lack. They are symptoms of exclusion, injustice,
Yes.
and voicelessness because we
Yes.
silence them. We get them excluded. This is not my child. No, don't belong here. You belong but there. No,
Yes.
no, I can do. I will have to cheat so that I can help my child. But you don't
Yeah.
know that you're cheating yourself and your own child. So empowering youth directly strikes at these roots. And why youth? Why now? Why are we always talking about youth and why this time? More than
Mm-hmm.
half the world's population is under 30. Don't we know that?
Yes. Very
More than
young.
half the
Mm-hmm.
world's population is under 30. Youth
Mm-hmm.
are innovators, which you guys already talk about. They are
Yes.
problem solvers, they are
Yeah.
organizers and bridge builders. Even if they are building it with your tin foil or macaroni sticks in the kitchen, let them use those materials.
This is
They
true.
understand the intersection of technology, which you guys talk about because they are so
Yep.
brains are so spongy. They
Yeah.
understand climate change better than you and I, the
Yes,
ecosystem,
they do. They do.
education and justice. Every
Yes.
child wants peace and justice. Why can't it be peace? They always ask. They
Well,
are already leading movements. We know Malala, are you a little girl, Malala,
yes.
or our little girl, and then
Our
build apps.
leader.
They know how to manipulate, build those apps. I'm trying for One Global Movement app to
Yeah, they do know how to build them like that.
and then organizing food drive, like what Sister Melanie just talked about
Yeah,
those
that's
booths
right.
or
Keep it
cubicles,
coming.
and
Yeah.
advocating for policy reforms. What they
Yes.
need is for the world to listen, invest, and trust. Somebody should write this advocating for policy reforms so that we bring some youths together, because they will know what to write. And we can launch just a week campaign for this. That is such a beautiful thing, idea that
Yeah.
you brought here today. So youth
Yes.
are hungry for more than food, more than
Yes.
food, you know. They are hungry for change.
Yep.
Change that come with integrity, love, and togetherness. They are
Mhm.
tired of watching their communities suffer under the weight of systems that don't serve them. By empowering youth, we create a ripple effect, because when you do one good thing, it affects other people. Just like when you do one bad thing, you're not
Yes.
just doing it to one person, you are affecting other people, you
Yes,
know.
that's true.
and
Yeah.
and so nurturing a generation that is bold, not bold like say look at me here, no, that is humble, boldness with humility, that is informed education, and that is compassionate to say, oh no, I have to put myself in the shoes of another person, to feel their pain, to feel why they are doing what they are doing, not just to condemn them that they are bad people, and
Mhm.
to collaborate, to work things together, because I don't know it all, you don't know it all, to
No,
make
no.
sure that they get the other youths involved. So the path to empowerment is very important. So one global movement is grounded in faith, purpose, and people power. People power is very important, which is why our CEO brought us here together. That when we come together, we can transform more than one home, more than one country. We can transform more than 10 generations. We can even transform more than 1 million generations until thy kingdom come. You know, so this is very, very important. So leadership, the youth leadership is very important. Our blueprint for empowering youth leadership includes I would just name some pillars, you know, which you
Mhm.
guys talk about: education as a foundation of freedom. And
Yeah.
education is what we are doing here. We are learning from one another, and this kind of education sticks, because right here today, I have learned a lot. If you
Mhm.
saw me, I was taking down my notes, because I don't let things just go for free. You know, we can establish learning hubs in underserved areas, or youth week, campaign week for whatever, hunger, whatever, like Sister Melanie said.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
skills, we talk about skills education, tools, talk
Mhm.
about tools, which Sister Yvonne talk about, and resources. We have them. Look
We
at
do.
the burners. That's the resource right there. I didn't know that, and I was throwing these things. Oh, I would not throw anything.
Ah.
I see that. That's it. And then, you know, we talk about platform for advocacy and voices, which we always talk about here, which you
Always.
guys already mentioned, which is very important. And then mentorship and intergenerational partnership. You take
Yep.
from your mother, you take from your grandparents, I
Yeah.
take from you take from me. We put it together, we fight, we come back to that point and say, this can work.
It
This
can.
can
Yes.
work. And that's
Yes.
what we keep doing, and then promoting everything so that it can reach every corner of the globe. Faith, values, and the heart of service.
Mhm.
Values and the heart of service. This is the foundation, because we cannot be doing anything without being spiritually filled. God is spirit. It is in you serving another person that you have really served the Almighty God, because we are called to do so. And what are the values that we were created with? What are the values that your parents taught you? But if they didn't even teach you, and because they didn't know better, what are the values that you feel from within you, that do unto others what you will want others to do unto you? These
Correct.
values are very, very important. And don't condemn people, because you don't know. You don't know their background. You don't know their orientation. You don't know their history. You don't know.
Yeah.
And this is very important. And we do so from the good side of the heart, because sometimes the heart can be turned bad, you know. So we do not simply want to end hunger and poverty. We want to uplift souls with belief. We believe compassion must be at the core of leadership. Service to others must be a celebrated norm, like Martin Luther King said. You know, we need to serve. I will not know how to quote him exactly, but I learned this from him. He said, "You don't need any certification.
You
You
don't.
don't need any extra knowledge. You
You
don't
don't.
need anything, but you need a good heart
Of
to be
course.
able to serve other people." You just talk about water. Water is very important. You know, during summer, we can carry a drive for hydration, because I almost had a heat stroke about a week ago. You know, where we give water, we go to schools, and we encourage these, we establish those cubicles, and we keep giving water. We make sure that you let the authorities in your area know, because this is bottled water, because you didn't make this water, you didn't purify the water, and we share it, and we share it. So if we can, we buy snacks, healthy snacks, and we do it with a lot of things that we can do. And then in impact in action, we're not just talking, we're taking action. You saw the burners with the flower pot in there, and then
Yeah.
just put on the window. That window, that space is there. You can do it. We can do those things. Imagine a 13-year-old girl in Kenya who starts a rooftop garden project
Wow.
that feeds 20 families in her village. Imagine that. A 17-year-old boy in the Philippines creates a low-cost meal planner app to reduce food waste and hunger. A
Wow.
20-year-old in Detroit,
Yep.
thank God is in my country, launches a clothing and food exchange program for students experiencing homelessness.
There you go.
A team
There
of
you go.
youth leaders in Colombia draft a hunger-free zone policy adopted by
Um,
their city council. Adopted. This
yep.
child ate, and it was
Yep.
adopted by the city council. This is not imagination. No,
Tell you.
not just imagine. It's our intention here in One Global Movement. These are the seeds of One Global Movement, planting and nurturing daily, which is what I'm doing. I was just under the rain here because I love the showers of blessing. Planting,
Mhm.
because if I don't take that action, it's not going to work. It's not, the children learn. They are so impressionable that if they don't see you in action, no matter what you preach to them, it never will work. So thank you guys so much. There's a lot that we always can say here, but I would let it be at this point.
So, Yvonne,
So
can I just say something good before some?
Mhm.
When I see you on the tractor in wherever you are, and your boots on, it reminds me of my mom. And I'm looking. I'm not saying you're at older than me,
yeah,
but
all
the
women are
hard,
moms. I can be a mom too.
yeah, the hard work, and you're not afraid to drive the tractor. You're not afraid to get dirty. It reminds me of me because that's who I am. But
Yeah.
apartment doesn't allow that. So kudos on what you're doing. Kudos. It's a good
Someday we're
thing.
going to do it together. Someday I'll
Yes.
just invite you guys. I know that Sister Yvonne is afraid of the
I'm
millipedes
not.
and
I'm not afraid. It's just not my thing, and I freely admit that. I
no,
don't
you
care
can
to
do it
do
differently. You're gonna do it differently. You're gonna be there, but you do it differently.
I will write. I will write all the
Yes,
things you
yes,
want.
yes.
The
So
other
anyway,
thing I want to say quickly, guys, is it's on my mind for a long while. When I first came here, as it's not about me, but I was young too. I came in my early 20s, very early, in
Mhm.
the beginning of my 20s. So I came here and I first registered or enrolled for women in woodworking. There was a course such as that. And it
Mhm.
was, yeah, it was by the government. We didn't have to pay for it, but they wanted 20 women to start that class.
yeah,
And I was one of the 12. So they didn't have enough. So they canceled the class and I was disappointed. You know
yeah,
why? Because I wanted to create something so much. I'm always on a creative side because I watch my mom and dad. My dad did all type of little things
yeah,
that I learned from him. I saw my mom, the same thing, crafted stuff. So
yeah,
first thing I wanted to do was create something where I can turn back and say, this is my own hands creation.
Mhm.
It
yeah,
didn't happen, but I kept on going on. So what I was thinking is, you know how they're talking about real estate a lot, and I was part of it as well. I told you that before, Sister Yvonne.
Yes,
But
yes.
yeah, anyhow, to make a long story short, I know that's not my time right now. It We can have children, the young people, flip houses. Teach them. Let that we cannot teach them, but we put them in the hands of people who can do. Let them do it as a
Teach
little
them to do it. Yes,
project.
my
You
son will
know?
love it. He's always building something. He said, "Don't.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to build our driveway. I'm going to do that."
exactly,
See, and
exactly.
That's
yeah,
a very beautiful program. Great ideas.
Yeah. Teach them how to do interlock in people's yard because interlock is a big thing now. And if you have a
yes,
group of children, you know, during the summertime, they can go do that for some money. People will, yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll support them. You know,
yes.
it's just we have to bring out the idea and get together to group it. You know, and that's
Yes,
what I
let's
wanted
do
to
that.
say.
Let's do that. We can
I
do that.
think young people crave independence. They love to be validated, to be doing something
Yes,
worthwhile. But it's just not. It doesn't need, as Sister Mundih was saying, it doesn't have to be imposed on them. Don't be
yeah,
worried about what your family is going to think if they don't have a certification or they don't have
that's right.
degrees or whatever. If you want a degree, nothing is wrong with that. Go for it. But
And when we do that, go ahead, sister. I'm sorry.
if you're going to bring a solution and it doesn't require a degree, go for it.
Mhm,
You
mhm.
know,
Exactly.
Yes, yes.
if you're
And
going to be a
people
doctor,
are
yes, you
able
need a
to.
degree. But if you're not going to be a doctor and you want to help people in some other way, if it's not against the law, you go for it.
And
Yes,
Start where you
this
are.
is
Yeah.
beautiful. This is so beautiful because imagine we talked about shadow adoption, where
Yeah.
especially with these young ambassadors,
Yes.
you pay, they go and study that thing.
Yes.
There is an
Yeah.
organization here, real estate organization, which I am a part of it for life because of I won a ticket 5 6 years ago to either choose to go to Hawaii or to be a member for life for free. And I chose
Oh,
to be a member
of course
for
you
life for
did.
free.
Yes.
I can pay and I still go back there. And there are people that they can teach and they will take a few months to do those things.
Yes.
And
Yes.
for us to pay for them to learn it, we are investing in these children. This is a
yes,
Absolutely.
thing that is important.
Absolutely.
They know that they have a trade, they have something. Flipping
Yes.
houses is a good thing.
Yes.
It's a
yes,
Yes.
good thing, and this is
Yes,
something
it is.
that One Global Movement plans on doing. But now you even make it better. Instead of me paying some people to do it, we can start training these young people to come and do it, so that during
yes,
summer
Yes.
they have a
Yes.
job, they have something
I
to
tell
make.
you,
exactly.
they love that. Have you ever seen them? There's something called, Sister Melanie will know, Habitat for Humanity, and a lot
Yes,
of the
yes, we
young,
have
Yes,
been there.
yes,
a lot of the
I've
young
been there.
people,
I've been there.
they just are into it. Like they can't wait for their summer because we have the winter here or whatever. But now they love being in the outdoors and they're getting
yes,
dirty and ah,
This is very good. Now you guys are talking because
they love that stuff.
young
yeah,
some young Mexicans, you train them and they become those. You put this team together, they become the builders for One Global Movement. What can you not do? Flip those
What can they
houses.
not do? They can do anything because
I
there's
know,
always something that they are drawn to. Like all people, we have
exactly.
our preferences, and so and it's not free work because they're getting
No,
something out of it, and they're doing something for the community. It really
Yes.
is quite a win-win situation, and who doesn't like that? That's how the world should have been built in the first
And
place.
hey,
yes,
I want
when
to do it myself.
you train these
Yeah,
people, you pay them to train them, you write an agreement, and they go and get their certification. They get their
Yeah,
license. They can even register
exactly,
their own business. And so
exactly,
then under that
exactly.
business, they will have the builders, the architects, and all of those things. Now you already build a group for One
Yep,
Global Movement. So when it is time, they're out there. But we got to
yep.
feed them the best food.
exactly.
They will do the work. Oh God.
Yes, and you're in charge of that. You're the
Yes,
happy
I am.
camper.
Okay, thank you guys so much. This is so wonderful. Thank you guys for those great ideas here today.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
You're welcome.
All
All
right,
right.
let's look at our audience.
Yes, please.
Hello, Mr. Barilla. Thank you so much, sir, for your love, your presence, and support for children as always. We highly appreciate you and thank you for welcoming all the family members here and the new people that are joining us every day. We
Mhm.
appreciate you.
Mhm.
And hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome to One Global Movement. Speak with heart. Feel free to contribute in the chat here. Thank you, John. And we have Nojaran Bibi. Hello, sir or ma'am. Thank you so much for being with us here today. We highly appreciate you. If you're new, be sure to subscribe and like and turn on the notification bell. We are here for children, women, and young people with a focus on young women. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And Samitra Mondal, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We have Iqbal Patel from India. Namastas. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us here. And we have Kamlesh. How are you, Kamlesh? Thank you so much for being here today. We highly appreciate you. So, Neil, sir, thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting women and children here. We appreciate you. And this is, thank you so much also for contributing in the chat and everywhere, Sister Yvonne. We appreciate you. And this is our Facebook link. Please, please, you can copy this link and help us share it. This is how we can get to every child, every woman, and every young person. Share it on all your social media handles. This is the least you can do without spending a dime. But this is a great way of helping One Global Movement children. Thank you so much. We have Didi the Pork Dash. How are you, sir? Thank you for joining us here today. And let's go here. Down. I will not be able to read every comment, but I want to make sure that we appreciate every person.
Very
And
good.
hello, Sir Giri Malapala. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us. Our love and regards to you and your family. And then let's go down here. We have Cynthia. How are you, Cynthia? Thank you so much for joining us here today. You are actually daring. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Did
And
you say Minaj Jane? I didn't hear that.
oh, okay. See,
Just
that's why it's
yeah.
good to have second eyes.
It is.
Not even six eyes. With me, I have four eyes, but I have second eyes. Manoj, Jane, how are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us here from your area. We highly appreciate you. Extend our love and regards to everyone around you. Thank you. And we have Irena Hapalad. How are you, sir? If you're new here, we welcome you with a hug into this global family. We appreciate you and your contribution here to women and children worldwide. Thank you. And let's go down here. We have Goldie Kerr. How are you, Goldie? Thank you so much for joining us here today from that end. We highly appreciate your support and your presence for children worldwide. We have Sir Ashid Sagma. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us here today. We always appreciate your support and your presence. And then we have Sir Abdul Sattar. How are
Mhm.
you? Thank you so much for joining us here today. We appreciate you and your family. And let's go down here. Let me not miss any name.
No, you're good.
Okay. Okay. We have uh Tiari Topo, how are you? Thank you, sir, for joining us from your area. We highly appreciate you. Extend our love and regards to everyone around you. Thank you. We have Sir Jagannath. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for your love and support for children worldwide. We appreciate you. We have Gutam Helder. How are you, Gutam? Thank you so much, and thank you for your enormous support on the nets for One Global Movement Children. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Sir Praveen Kumar. How are you? We miss you, but you're here today. We appreciate you. Our love and regards to you and your family. Thank you. We have Ashok Kumar. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for always being here. You are that strong pillar behind One Global Movement. And thank you for always appreciating our CEO and our company. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Hamida Rahman. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for joining us here today. We appreciate everything that you're doing here for the children and women of the world. Thank you so much. We love you. And our CEO, building a world free from hunger and poverty. Get on your tractors, folks. Grow, grow, grow. John, yeah. I need to take a picture of the traditional hoe that we use because I'm so used to that. Now I'm learning the machine. So we got one global movement about the machine.
That's
And
funny.
that, so I'm gradually improving. So thank you so much, Jay. That is so funny. And then we have, did I really? Yeah, Praveen Kumar. Thank you.
Yeah,
And
yes,
then
really well.
again is our link. Please, please, please. The least you can do is to copy this link and say, I am going to share it and get 10 people to like and follow One Global Movement every week. This will grow and it will go like wildfire. We want it to go viral. We want One Global Movement to go viral, to touch every home in the world, especially children, women, and young people with a focus on young girls. Let's do that. And we are the hands and the feet to get
Yeah.
this going. And it's been made possible here by our CEO so that we don't have to be taking transportation and all of those things to go anywhere for it. So let's get on it and do it. Let's watch this One Global Movement group grow wild so that we can get into all the resources that we need for our children. And we have SK Jafar. He said, I'm not going to miss this. And he's here today. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to turn over to you, Sister Yvonne, for a concluding remark.
Thank you, sister. So yes, so we've covered a lot of things, but one of the things that I'd like to leave us with is the idea of youth activism against hunger includes initiative like something called Dancing Against Hunger. I mean, people are using, they're so creative, every which way to raise funds, which is it's a dance workshop to raise money for food banks and organizations like the Food Recovery Network, which fights food waste. It's in the United States, food waste and hunger in schools. Other examples involve advocating for policy changes, as you mentioned, to expand food assistance programs, promoting urban agriculture, and supporting local food initiatives. This Dancing Against Hunger is founded by someone called Claire Chai, and this organization, it's a 501c, like
Mhm.
what is it? Nonprofit,
Yes,
nonprofit.
yes, yes.
And this organization hosts dance workshops, and then it donates the proceeds to local food banks that distribute directly to schools and low-income families. Isn't that amazing? So
Mhm.
there's all kinds of ways of supporting this. So
Oh, this is beautiful. Oh,
there's all many, and then there's places like Snap, and I mean I have all these initials here or whatever it is. But what I'm saying is that if you really want to do something as adults, we're not talking about the children now, because we know that they want to do something. We just need us to be there. They're back, the champions, whatever. But the whole idea is just look around what's in your own neighborhood. As Sister Melanie is always saying, you don't have to go. Yes, you can go global eventually, like we're wanting to grow, but it starts right there in your backyard.
mhm.
Like that little shelf, or what are you talking about? That little cabinet thing. That's a great idea, right? Right there, somebody can be doing something that can lead to somewhere else. It's always about starting small. So it's not a hopeless situation. It's just that the way it's been attacked before or tackled before is not working, right? A lot of money is being spent, but what is it doing? It's politics, and we hear people's titles and names, and it's not going away. So we have to find a different way of doing it. And since the
Yes.
children or young people are the next generation, and they're so vested, we're vested too,
Mhm.
but they're even more vested because the place belongs to them after we're gone. So
Yeah.
we have to just champion them and see what they come up with. It's a different way to do it now. That's what I'm
Uh,
saying.
A great idea. As you were talking, I had this idea to the Mall of America. The biggest mall in the United States is here in my state, and I always go there. And I
Oh,
was
really? Yeah.
Yes, because cooking and feeding the community or family is part of our culture. And
Yeah, I know. I
and,
know.
and so I said, one day it has to take a year round to organize this. I go to fire stations, police station, everywhere, schools, everywhere, and then I bring mothers and everyone that can cook. We cook finger foods right there.
Yes.
They'll show us
Yes.
a space in
Yes.
Mall of America. We cook and dancing, and the kids will be playing music, and then speeches will be going on. uh,
Yes.
we do that continuously, and it's not just for one day. We can do it for a whole week so that everybody will get to know what is going on. Imagine
Exactly.
you putting flyers every day, going to all the stores, going to a religious organization, businesses everywhere, putting people will come there, taste of motherland.
Yes, they will come. They
They
will
will come.
come.
So
They will
thank
come.
you guys
Yeah.
so much, and
Thank
I, I
you.
I
Thank
highly
you.
appreciate you beautiful women here for the great ideas. Is that a leopard skin top that you're wearing, Melanie?
No, it's supposed to be one of my fall type color, but
Because it looks
I
like one
just
of
like
mine.
it.
I'm
I
like,
like it.
no,
It's it's not leopard, but it's, I don't even know what to call, like a Sahara type of
it is. It looks like
print.
one
Yes.
of my own. That's
Yes.
Yeah.
why
Yes.
my eye was on it. Okay, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for your beautiful hearts, the ladies. You guys are wonderful. You guys are really upping up the game. You guys are bringing that authenticity that we so desire here in One Global Movement. I appreciate everyone, the audience, the managing director. Thank you guys so much. Until
Thank
Friday,
you, everyone. Thank
stay
you.
safe, and we love you all.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Thank
Have a
you
great
very
rest
much,
of your
sisters.
day. Yes. Bye, sisters. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Lovely.